If everything was hijacked since 1776, it wasn't hijacked since then. It was 1861 to 71. Took about 10 years. That includes the credibility of the legal system. And if so, the Shepardized case law that you use to support your process may not provide the ultimate remedy that will be the test that will stand the test of time. I disagree with that because the only indicators that we have that seem to be used in that legal system where they are hanging people out to dry and putting them away is that case law. And so anything that is Shepardized that is considered active law today in and through the Supreme Court is considered law. And so the law that I present, hundreds of cases citing state citizenship, is active law today, standing the test of time. And those case laws prove it. Now, people that are straddled in, 1 foot in, trying to get benefits from the United States, Nasara, Jasara, whatever, and not making the tie cuts necessary to come out, might have problems utilizing those case laws for themselves. Now, there are people that are U.S. citizens that still claim state citizenship and have had success using case laws of state citizenship against the United States. So I don't know where you're going with the hypothetical, but it's a really big hypothetical. The process is only, here's what you're saying, the process is only as credible as the powers that give it authority to be. That's what a Supreme Court ruling is, Shepardized Supreme Court. It's been given authority. If it is determined the people have held certain judicial positions aren't honorable folks, I'll give you that, then certain governmental agencies could undermine the remedy this process provides. It still doesn't mean you don't want to try to come out. It's kind of like saying, do I get on the train with the other 44,000 people and go to Auschwitz, or I stay off the train that I know will keep me from going to Auschwitz just because there's 5 guns there? You know, a lot of people are saying, well, because we're being undermined. No, what's happening is minor league law enforcement agents, meaning cops on the streets generally, and crooked judges are dishonoring people's rights. And the ones that they're dishonoring are the ones that they have jurisdiction over, generally speaking. I haven't seen, seriously, I have not seen a state citizen, truly a state citizen, be dishonored by a judge, be dishonored by a cop. I've seen state citizens without driver's licenses that have gone through our program present the passport card and say, run it. They say, no, we need your driver's license. This is what I'm giving you. And I've seen them come back and say, thank you. We've get reports about this kind of stuff. I don't recommend this, by the way, because we can contract that driver's license and still be free. But I've seen that happen. True state citizenship is not just a proclamation. True state citizenship is it starts with a proclamation. It starts with a presentment, a declaration, just like they did back in 1776. And on our declaration, what we do is we put the actual Declaration of Independence right there in the explanatory statement that goes with the DS-11 on the passport application. So you're, for the first time in your life, probably signing, attesting to that being a true and correct copy of the original declaration. And you're attesting your signature to be added to that document by signing the explanatory statement that is being given to the Department of State. So you are, in effect, going back in time and becoming a State of the Union citizen. Now, does that deal with every single adhesion contract that you have on a go-forward basis? No, you have to be able to operate in commerce. You have to be able to do You have to be able to handle the Social Security, the voter's registration, the driver's license, the IRS, and those are all things that we do. And people that have gone through our process and read our docs, they understand why it works. They understand that the birth certificate is the U.S. citizen. They understand that they're holding an office in the wrong position. They understand that they have contracted inappropriately with the United States government, giving up their God-given unalienable rights for lesser civil rights. And we don't want civil rights. We don't want to be a civilian. We don't want to be a U.S. citizen, meaning a guy who's got a job with the United States. People don't understand the simplicity of what this does for them. It just makes them leave you alone. They know that you basically have figured out the game. You're not trying to be a sovereign citizen, violating federal law while, being completely tied up with contracts to the United States. They unfortunately, they're not addressing the people in mass as they should be, because the republic has been re-inhabited. Those people, meaning the corporation, have been served, and everybody in that republic gets left alone for whatever reason. Now, does that mean they're all state citizens? No. They're probably good U.S. citizens for the most part. Several people that are in republic are in fact state citizens, but the majority think, just like you guys do, that those contracts are unconscionable and therefore illegal, and therefore they can't be used against you. And I'm going to tell you right now, you look at any court case where they get jurisdiction, it's your driver's license, it's your bank signature card, it's 101 jurisdiction. And so I want to encourage you guys to understand that the living in the private program addresses every element of jurisdiction over your life, over your possessions, over your home. They even trick us on the home. They trick us on every different element to give up our property, give up our purchase, give up our note that we effectively are creating a security, and the bank's cashing the security and giving us our own money. It just amazes me how we fail for a lack of knowledge, how dumb we really can be at times, and how these banks have set up the whole system. This country is never going to get out of debt as the United States. Y'all need to know that. It's already been in a bankruptcy since 1931. There's not coming down this system and structure that is going to replace the old United States. Period. What's going to happen is the people that are free are not going to get picked up and put into sovereign citizen, or put into, FEMA camps, or put into, whatever they want to call them, these different places where people are literally going to walk right in because they're hungry. Those countries like China are coming here in a big way to claim their people. They are creating a structural system that is going to work with the intranet of bodies, meaning put a system in your body. And I'm not going to get into that because it's not conspiracy. It's right on their stinking websites. It's on Moderna's website. It's on Pfizer's website. It's the heart of the World Economic Forum. This is what they want to do. They want to chip you as their property, and they want to mark you, and they want to give you instructions through your phone that works with the intranet of your body, that eventually works with the chip implanted here or here. It's already here, and it's all over that Bible. And it's already here. And so people are worried about the what if, that judge that was unruly, unconscionable, or the cop that didn't honor this, didn't honor that. All I know is we've helped thousands of people, and they just get left alone. And I hope it stays that way. But I don't got anything else. The only thing I got is, come out of her, my people, speaking specifically to people that call themselves believers. Come out, lest you partake in her sin. You mean I'm going to be booked into the sin of that beast, that structural system that's making 500 or allowing 500,000 kids per year disappear? That Hollywood Babylonian structure, that Hollywood Babylonian system that shoots porn throughout the entire world, that system that's allowing for kids that are minor children to start the transgender process, losing their identity in God, in Christ. And people are worried about the cost benefit analysis versus hanging around the whore. I don't get it. Or what can the whore offer me as reparations? I don't get it. I just don't get it. I'm sorry. I don't want nothing to do with the whore or its money. That's just me. As a matter of fact, I know people that discharge debt all the time, and they do it. And I could do it, will not. As HISadvocates executive director, have told people, don't do it for 10 plus years now. Once I understood what's going on, 3 trillion, this 3.4 trillion this year, the Pentagon can't account for. That's the rumor. Don't know if it's true. 2 trillion a year annually since 2001, when Donald Rumsfeld announced it September 10th, the day before we were attacked. The company known as the United States and all of its branches cannot account for where all the funds that you're paying in are going. But the FBI is still reporting 800,000 people a year in this nation disappear every year. That's right on the FBI website. They are paying for and funding this entire thing that you're seeing around the world. The whole thing that we have gone through and experienced in the last 4 years is being paid for and funded by taxpayer dollars of citizens of the United States. You are guilty of that. Cost benefit analysis. There is none. Just come out, be obedient. Take the stripper pole out of your master bedroom, wherever that is. Come out. Don't play games with the devil. Don't play games with the devil. And I am talking to the person that just answered that question, just asked that question. Run. Run. Being free under God is the best thing in the world. There's nothing better, sweeter than that. And I get it. We run businesses and we run, and we go to school or these things that we think are important in life. It's just not important. It really isn't. What we think of as important, it's not that important. I'm just saying, I think we've in every side have been lied to and ripped off, and they have been playing us like, you wouldn't believe for the last 4 or 5 years, where people were getting money and everybody went out and bought cars like a bunch of idiots. And now we're in the highest repo market ever recorded. And they're just buying up everything. And they flat out tell us you will own nothing and love it. And you know what? If you're in that system, you already do own nothing and you're loving it. They flat out already have you there. If you think you own a house, you don't. I'm not going to debate that one question. You think you own a car? You don't. You don't. You have a certificate of title. You don't have the title from the manufacturer. Some of you may. Some of you were smart enough to think about that. People that just heard me say that, most people in the future are going to go, what the hell is he talking about? What do you mean? I got my title. No, you don't. It's a certificate of title. The MSO, the manufacturer statement of origin, comes from Ford, the person who created your car, that should be in your hand. That car should not be registered with the state. Anything that is registered belongs to them, especially seeing that they've converted everything in the registration process of our deeds into terms and terminologies that give it to them. Legal description, that's above land, that's not land. Joint tenants, that's not title. It's not clear title. Fee simple is clear title, allodial title for something that's registered. Using Federal Reserve notes, bringing jurisdiction of the United States into your contract, having you not signed the acceptance of that grant deed. It's a lost deed. It's a floater. You may have equity interest in it, but there's no contract. It only has the grantor signature on it. You didn't accept it. There are elements of doing deeds properly. And you go into the county recorder's office like I did a long time ago, and I figured it out. Thank God he put me there and had me figure that out a long time ago. We all fail for lack of knowledge, and we just started. It's taken me 15 years to get to this point of knowledge where I get it finally. There's nothing good about being in. You're already broke and everything you have belongs to them. So, and if you don't think so, prove it wrong. I will get on with anybody respectfully and have a debate with them as a US citizen, and I will show them in the law where they don't have any rights and where they own nothing right now. They'll bring their title deeds, they'll bring their car notes, they'll bring everything, and I will show them and prove it in law. They own nothing right now. Because you can't. You're a stockholder in a failed company that is being foreclosed on. That's how you need to think about those cost benefit analysis. You're a stockholder in a failed company that is coming to foreclose, and they're going to chip you, mark you, and put you to work like a good little girl. And you're going to go play the daddy game for the rest of your life and serve daddy, or you won't get your digital penance transferred to your digital wallet. That's where they're going. I'm not trying to make fun of you. That's serious stuff, man. That's where they're going. It's right there. And we're debating. We're thinking about it. This is not really that important to me. Holy crud. There is no thinking about this. Run. Let me ask you a silly question. Be real with me. Getting a chip that you know is the mark, which sends you to eternity without God, according to the Bible, sends you to hell. The descriptions that I have watched of people that think they have seen hell and come back to life. Oh my gosh. I had a glimpse of it one night myself. I want nothing to do with disobedience to God. Nothing. Praise God for the shed blood of his son. That's what this is about. And our obedience to his word bypasses the sin of the whore and the plagues that are given to the people that don't do it. There's your cost benefit analysis for you. What are the plagues? Who knows what's about to hit?